Oh, she's gonna do this crap to me again? Alright. So, this is tea time with Robin. She's T, I'm Robin, and we talk about the Buffalo Bills and sometimes some other stuff too every now and then. However, we are glad to have you with us today, and are you speaking yet?
I'm here. Like Robin said, I know I love it because then it does it and then it's like, nope, you're not. So, like she said, this is Tea Time with Robin. I am T, she is Robin. We are on the Build Buffalo Network. What's up, everyone? Go Bills, always. But yeah.
Let's go.
We have a lot to
It's gonna
talk
be
about.
spicy today, folks.
It's gonna be spicy. We apologize. We don't.
We don't apologize. We never apologize.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. What's up, Robin? How you doing?
I am just fine as frog hairs because,
What?
girlfriend, I have to tell you, I did not watch the Super Bowl live,
Okay.
but I did watch the Super Bowl after it was over because I wasn't gonna watch it at all if the Patriots won, but they lost, and then I'm hearing all these things like 6 sacks and all that. I was like, "Okay, let's look at this and see what happened." And
Yes.
wasn't that something? It was the most boring, overrated piece of whatever you wanna call it, game.
I don't even know what that was, Robin. It was I had people over to the house and I played squares, didn't win anything, of course. So I was upset about that. I mean, great numbers, but I just didn't win anything. I had to reverse on it. So it is what it is. But we're here to celebrate the Patriots.
We are here to celebrate.
Oh, do we sound like haters? Absolutely, we do. Yes, we do.
And we are.
We are.
Proud to wear my
Bills fans.
Yes, absolutely.
What do you want us to do?
It wasn't kind of a game.
It was 9-0 at halftime and going into the fourth quarter. You just like, is anybody gonna do anything?
I like, and I'm probably different than a lot of people. Well, we know that. But I like a good defensive struggle. And I felt like that was entertaining. That part of it was entertaining because certainly, and I bet every Bills fan was feeling like I was watching Seattle's defense. I'm thinking to myself, won't it be nice someday when we have an attacking defense like Seattle's? Yeah. I'll tell you what, they went after Drake May.
He looked like a rookie.
He totally looked like a rookie. Yeah. And wouldn't it, I mentioned this to you before, wouldn't it have been outrageous if he would have won MVP over Matthew Stafford? Give me a break.
Yeah. And I know, guys, I guess this is where I say, is New England frauds? I'm hearing that around. And I know there's going to be a New England Patriots fan that said, well, you can only play who's on the schedule. No, I get it. So can we. And I get that we messed up against you guys when we first match up, and then we screwed up against Miami, and it gave you the door to open it and win the division. But what I am hearing for some of you New England fans, you're saying 9 wins was where you guys seen this season for the Patriots because you guys were on the rebuild, on the reload, or whatever you want to call it. So your expectations were not going to the Super Bowl. Miss me with all that. I don't care, right? I don't care. You didn't show up. So whatever. So you're gonna hold your head on the fact that you exceeded your expectations, but then when you went to the Super Bowl, it was like, but you are the guys that was supposed to win 9 games. And that schedule was really favorable to you guys. So miss me with that. Okay?
We could have probably seen it coming during the playoffs because New England did not look like they were the beneficiary of so much luck.
Oh my God. The weather when it came to Denver, Did I want Denver there? No, I think we should have been there, of course. But and then their starting quarterback went down, so that's another thing. And then in Houston, if freaking CJ could throw a goddamn touchdown, we wouldn't even be talking about you guys. That defense of Houston is for real.
They are for real. They are for real. I can't say the same for their quarterback.
But imagine Houston playing that defense. Well, we can't even imagine it, so it's fine. It's fine because I think CJ would have did what Drake May would have been. So,
can you imagine what Houston would be like if they had Joe Burrow as their quarterback?
Oh, that's nasty. That's nasty. No, I don't want to imagine that. I don't want to.
Don't want to imagine it.
What are you saying, Robyn?
Imagine it. Well, he's so unhappy with the Bengals.
Joe Burrow in Houston.
I just use that as an example.
I know. That's a.
But it could happen, something like that. I'd rather he end up with the Vikings, which is what Justin Jefferson is saying. He would love to play with Joe Burrow, and I'm pretty sure
we'll go over that way.
Yeah, really. That's what I'm like. NFC, boo, please. Because if the Texans ended up with any kind of a really good quarterback, and I guess I'm just saying, hey, Rob.
What's up, Rob?
I'm saying it. I think without hesitation, we have to accept the fact that Joe Burrow is probably going to be playing for somebody else other than the Bengals. And
I'll give him one more year.
One more? Yeah, I could see that. But he's going to want out.
If they don't put they have to put a good O-line in front of him because like you got to do better. Like we know what that is. We know what that looked like before we had an O-line. We knew what that looked like.
Yeah, we're going to find out.
And we're definitely going to find out. So the new season has started. 2026 football season has started right after the Super Bowl. We're into the new season. We're into off-season, and we're into talking about these pressers. The first one up is Leonard, new DC. I'm so excited. Everyone is hearing that about his defense and how he wants to be this attack defense from the back to the front. How did you feel about his presser, Robyn?
Well, I could hardly wait for it, for one thing, because I remember, as I said last week, what he was like as a player. And when he left, there was just this feeling that this guy is one of the smartest dudes in terms of being instinctive and being in the right place and being attacking. So I expected to hear him talk about his attacking style, which he did. But he also, I think he walked the line very well when he discussed how they plan to integrate the players from the McDermott system to the Leonard system, and looking at the physical attributes of each player and maximizing how they can be used in this defense. And of course, and we're going to talk about this, there's going to be some mismatches, and there may have to be some trades involved in going on. And I liked Jim Leonard's sensible approach in terms of understanding that this is going to be a process and it's not going to be his defense next year, this season coming up.
Right.
It'll be an amalgamation, right? It's going to be his defense, but he's going to be taking players that he ordinarily would not have had on his roster and trying to retrofit them in some way. And we'll talk more.
Yeah, he had said I can't wait either. He had stated that there are going to be some changes for the players just for having to play. They played in this defense for a long time, the Sean McDermott system for a long time. So he's also said that he's going to put them in the best position to succeed. And which we discussed, not live, but we did discuss the fact that this first year, I got the guys. And like you had said, the draft is going to be very, very key to getting his guys in here.
Mm-hmm. And not only that, but when you consider the offensive side of the ball, having to do a little bit of retooling, even though it's the same system, et cetera, we know that the wide receiver room has to be reconfigured. So this draft is going to be important for both offense and defense. And I expect to see a lot of commentary. I'm looking forward. I can't wait till we can get Dean Kindig on the show to start talking about some of the players that we need to look at before the combine.
Because before he came on before, and some prospects that I had written down, and they might change because of now we don't have Sean McDermott's defense anymore. Now it's, Leonard's defense. But one player that he spoke really, really highly about is Cole Bishop.
That's right.
He said he was a big fan coming out of college. And now to work with him, he can't wait, because Leonard was a safety, right?
Yes.
And Cole Bishop, safety, the mentality of him, the versatility that Cole Bishop has. I just thought it was, so like eye-opening, for lack of a better word, that he pointed out certain players, and he was one of the players that he mentioned.
Yes. And I thought his little discussion about Christian Benford was quite interesting.
Oh, yeah. Yes. I like that.
Did it seem like to you that there was almost a hint of we may be using Christian Benford in a different way?
Yeah, yes. Going back, just let me back up a little bit. When he spoke about Bishop, he said he wants to put guys in a scheme that fits the players that are here now, right? And it's very important for this first year, the players, and mentioning Benford. Benford can play man, press man, and zone. If you got that much of versatility when it comes to your stud corner, we're good.
We're good.
And you just paid this guy.
And we don't even know what Maxwell Hairston's going to do.
Right.
So, I mean, that part of it is looking mighty fine.
Yeah. I mean, Benford lined up against the opponent's number one wide receiver. I know he first started out rough, but towards the end of the season, he was getting that run. Oh, that one game against freaking Cincinnati. Dog.
Yep. Dog. Yeah, I'm excited because these are players that were playing at a high level with Sean McDermott's defense. I'm excited to see, does this open up their ceiling even more? Mm-hmm. Is there another level in Christian Benford that we haven't really seen? And I'm kind of stoked when I think
this is the attack defense.
Yes. And in that sense, you talked about Cole Bishop, and couldn't agree more. He's going to just flourish. He will flourish in this defense. But we have to find the right person to put with him.
Next to him. Yeah.
So this looks like a good draft for safeties from what I've been reading. Let's get us the safety of the future to run next to Cole, and hire up a lower priced vet that can help mentor in the system. And I don't have any idea what, if anything, Jordan Poyer could do in a system like that.
But here's my thing.
I don't know. Yeah.
John just put in, will be re-signed Trey White for depth. Here's my thing when it comes to those guys, and I hate keep saying McDermott's guys, because he was a McDermott guy because he signed when McDermott got here. This guy has no ties to none of these people. None. So the emotional ties that we have with Jordan Poyer, Trey White, no disrespect, Ed Oliver, who else?
Jordan Phillips.
Jordan Phillips, all of the guys that we have established as those core guys, these guys has no attachment to them and don't really care.
No, and I think that's partly why we heard so much negativity from some of them about the firing of Sean McDermott.
Of course.
And understandably so. They were close. These were players that kept coming back year after year after year, and they gave Sean McDermott what they could give. But after watching the Super Bowl,
yeah. Right.
I have to say this. I feel like the 4-2-5 is dead. Now, because that was his base defense, basically,
Right.
was 4-2-5. And yes, they're all mixed, they're all variable, they're all whatever. But Leonard, these guys are like 180 degrees opposite.
Oh,
we will not see the prevent defense.
This man said in his interview, he wants attack defense. He wants to create a defense that the NFL does not want to go against. If that's not telling you, I'm so far away from prevent me from getting the same guys.
It prevents you from winning.
Right. Exactly. John, I thought Trey could help teach Max.
Why am I not seeing the comments?
My bad. Let me put it up. And let me put
I gotta see what people are saying.
I'm not mad with bringing him back, right?
I'm good with it.
Because Trey, if it wasn't for Trey last year, what would this defense look like? Trey had a great season.
He did.
A great season. But again, Trey's going to be 32.
Keep him for depth.
I wouldn't be mad keep him for depth. But here's the thing. If you can't keep him, okay. Sorry, Trey. But
it has to work with the salary cap, because the other thing is that in the movement toward a different style of defense, there's going to be some cap eating that's going to have to happen.
I just seen this too, not to cut you off, and we're going to be going on offense in a second. I just seen this trade Deion Dawkins, but we'll get into it. I was like, oh my God. So we're trading.
There's a lot of layers to that too, as we talked about last, in terms of him saying that he's going to play this year at the lightest weight he's ever played, and the strength and conditioning people are going to help him get, all of that.
Okay, whatever. Again, we talked about this, I think, last week on the pod, or maybe two episodes ago, is that Deion was the heaviest he's ever played. And he looked it. He looked sloppy. He looked slow. He had a lot of penalties. I've never seen Deion have so many offsides, holdings this year. Like, this might have been one of his worst seasons.
It definitely regressed.
Yeah.
Definitely regressed. And so coming with a new, even though it's Joe Brady's offense, he's still the head coach. There's still going to be some evolution with the offense as well as the defense. Big time on the defense, but the offense is going to change up as well. Thank you, John. Like and share.
Thank you, John. Yes, for sure. But staying on the defense just a little bit, and when it comes to always in the playoffs, and I know, don't get me wrong, I get 32 points. Our offense has done this. But if our defense would have shown up one time and made a stop, we would not probably be in the position we're in now. This defense has to change, because it's always the one that's, and I get Josh is the one with the ball. I understand all of that. I get that. But we went and got Joey Bosa, and we were if Joey Bosa could be healthy for the whole season, Joey Bosa didn't show up in the playoffs. Ed Olive was hurt. He was there. And I'm not going on to injuries. I'm not. But it's every time it's that side of the ball. It's that side of the ball.
Mm-hmm.
We couldn't stop a nosebleed in the playoffs. you know, and Daquan, please. Daquan, you can go away, my guy. Not even, I'm just saying, as a football player, just
As a human being. See,
bye. That's Robinson, you know.
well,
Oh, but yeah. But let's move on to the other side of the ball with the new OC. Uh
Pete
Pete
Carmichael
Carmichael has been
Jr.
waiting, he said, Junior, been waiting for this opportunity for 7 years to coach back with Joe Brady. You know how I feel about, so the pressure to me was just me. I thought it was that. One thing he did say that I liked, and he said he was going to make sure that the wide receivers are in their positions to win, in their right position to win. I'm paraphrasing, of course. So I did get that out of there. Like, okay, so maybe you will be the one guy who will put Keon Coleman in a good position to win. Because I don't know what's going on here.
With
I
Keon.
don't know. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I think Josh did a lot of damage control
Yeah,
regarding
he
Keon,
did.
and that was helpful. I don't know. Pete Carmichael has always been a guy in the shadows. So for umpteen years, he was the OC with Sean
Sean
Payton
Payton.
in New Orleans. And that, I mean, I never knew who he was. I
Mm-hmm.
knew Sean Payton called the plays. I knew they probably had an OC, but I didn't even know his name or anything about him. So
Right.
he kept a low profile. And then he was with Denver as kind of a consultant, low profile again. It'll be interesting to see because I don't expect that to change with Joe Brady either. I think he's probably going to be very low profile.
He's going to be in the alignment. Make sure they're all in alignment. So, what I got from this, and I don't want to call him like the pet. Like I don't want to say that, but you know, I mean, he did say like there he's going to be him and Joe Brady is going to be having. So Pete is going to be do the installations of play calling and stuff like that. Trusting his vision when Brady's not there. He is going to be the eyes and the ears of what they want because they want to be in alignment. They want to have the same voice, the same vision, the alignment, right? So, I mean,
well, try this on your alignment. I think he needs to make sure that he's aligned quite well with Coach Myers on the offensive line because with Cromer leaving, I'm much more concerned about losing Cromer than I am losing Joe Brady to being a head coach
me
instead of
too.
an OC.
Absolutely.
And I'm concerned about how is this team going to evolve. I know people have said that Coach Myers worked with Cromer and he's into the Cromer thing and he does the Cromer style. And all of that is well and good. But Cromer had a very special way of communicating with players. It was
Absolutely.
different.
Different.
It was different. And so part of what I'm not thinking about Pete Carmichael, honestly, as much as I am thinking about the offensive line coach.
And the
Because
shakeup.
yes. Who's going to play center? Are we going to re-sign Connor,
McGovern,
Connor
yep.
McGovern? And one other thing that was mentioned this week by Joe Marino on his Locked On Bills podcast, and I thought it was an interesting comment. He made a comment about Osiris Torrance being in a contract year and whether or not they would extend him before the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
And his comment was he felt that it probably would be better for them to just let him play out the rest of his contract and then re-sign him if necessary, because according to Joe, when he looked at the progress that Osiris has made over the last few years, he has not been impressed.
No.
There
Yeah.
hasn't been that next level of growth from him.
And I would do the same, to be quite honest with you. I mean, there's no rush to sign Osiris this year. I mean, there was times in games he would just get beat. Like, and I know that Houston game was a mess.
That game was bad.
But I mean, and I know you're going against the elite of the elite. But if you want to be considered that, you have to step up. And there has been times where he's getting beat. Like beat.
He was.
Yeah.
He was. And I have to say that I think that his level of play
What's up, Karen?
has
Thank you for listening. That was Karen.
Thank you. So honestly, I don't know what to do with Osiris, but I think you're right. If you don't know what to do with him, do nothing right now. Right? Like, let this season play out and let him play. He's playing in a contract year. He better play like he's playing in a contract year.
So is Dalton Kincaid. He playing a contract year.
He better be on the field to begin with.
Oh my God.
You know, don't even get me started with the PCL talk. I
just don't get it. Yeah. David Edwards and Conor McGovern. Conor McGovern deserves the money that he's going to get. And I know that's your center and you and Josh have that. And what I'm hearing when it comes to what's his name? What's his name? What's the center? The backup center.
Sean Van Pran Granger.
Thank you. I know he has short hands or short arms. So yes. I don't know. Do you want to mess with that line?
That's the whole thing. That's the whole thing. Because if you're gonna,
we're gonna have some hiccups.
And we talked about kicking Dion inside to maybe playing left guard instead of left tackle. But then is Ryan Vandermark your left tackle? Tylen Grable?
Right.
All these guys were Kromer's guys. And so I'm just not sure how Myers is going to envision them coming together.
That's one thing I did not want to mess with.
And we're going to watch really carefully training camp.
Yeah. I can't wait to go to training camp and see what the line's going to look like. We're going to find out if they're going to extend Conor McGovern very, very soon. Like,
yes,
you know, yeah. Alec Anderson also plays.
Yeah. And it's interesting. Some commentary that I've heard about Alec Anderson at center was interesting from a personality standpoint. I didn't realize, but it makes a lot of sense that the center position needs to be filled. I forgot who was talking about this. It wasn't Eric Wood, but anyway, somebody was saying it's important for them to be calm. It's important for them to be steady. It's important for them to be in control. And that is not Alec Anderson. He's a fire guy.
Yeah.
So
you know what? You are so right. Mitch Morse, Eric Wood, McGovern, they're all even keel.
Very much so. And that's what whoever it was, I wish I could remember who said this. I don't think it was Joe Marino, but maybe it was. Anyway, it doesn't matter. The point is, it's a good point. You really need to have the personality of the center be the linchpin, if you will, of the offense, right? Like setting the tone. Everybody calm down. Everybody stay focused. Everybody do what you got to do. So from that vantage point, that might not be a good fit with Alec Anderson. I don't know.
All right, well, let's get into. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just going to say, but we've seen with, for example, Spencer Brown, he's calmed down quite a bit.
He was a spitfire when he first came in.
He was. I loved it. But
and so is Deion Dawkins, and that's what you want. Because let's be quiet, those two guys are the ones that set the tone.
They did.
When it comes to that O-line. And then you got Osiris Torrance, who don't really talk. He's meek and mild. And then you got the center, who doesn't say too much of anything. And you got David Edwards, right? Who doesn't, I mean, he can get into it if he can get into it, but he doesn't really get into anything. The ones that are dogs on that O-line is Deion Dawkins and Spencer Brown. And you need those guys to be that. You know what I'm saying? So continue on O-line. Like you said, the O-line assistant is still there. Also, too, they're bringing back the tight end coach and also the running back coach. I guess that's a good thing for
Dawson Knox.
Yeah.
I had to look at that. Sorry. The running back coach, Kelly Skipper.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize he'd been our running back coach since 2017, since Sean McDermott came in.
Yeah. I mean, don't change him. Don't change the tight end coach. That's good for Deion Dawkins. I mean, for Knox, right?
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah.
Knox is going to have to take a price cut.
Yeah, everybody's saying he's going to get cut. I
think he would restructure before he wants to stay in Buffalo.
The only good thing about the situation when it comes to the offensive side of the ball is Joe Brady is still there. And he's seen what some of these guys can do. He's seen the value of Dawson Knox, because when Kincaid is down, your next man is Dawson Knox. Good blocker, all of that. Then you got the rookie, Halls. He's not. If you get rid of Knox, do you think Halls is ready to step into that role? I don't.
I don't think so. Not quite yet. It's a perfect group with if Kincaid could stay on the field. It would be the perfect group because it'd be ideal that you've got three guys that you can count on for doing three very different kind of tight ends.
Right.
Three very different kind of tight ends.
Yeah.
I wish Knox had better hands.
Yeah.
His
and
hands.
They said he came a long way. That's what they said. So.
Well, that's great.
We will definitely see. I pulled up when everything is happening when it comes to what's going on with the NFL right now. So March 17th through the 3rd is franchise tags. That's when they can franchise tags guys. March 11th is free agency begins. So it's going to be right now, the 17th, next week, to March 11th. It's going to be some interesting times when it comes to the football, NFL. Can't wait. It's a lot, but within that is the combine too.
Yes, and I can't wait for that. Because I have to look at my big boys.
I know you do. I forgot who I was listening to. I forgot who I was listening to, but they brought a name out and they said, is his name Montell Sweat?
Oh, yes.
Big guy.
He's a veteran.
Yeah, they said to bring him over. Who was I listening to?
Yeah, from the Titans.
Right. I forgot who I was listening to. He would be great.
Yes, he would be a good fit.
Yeah, he would be. It don't matter who I was listening to. It doesn't matter. Well, let's move on, because speaking of free agents, agency and agents, the Buffalo Bills have several. Let's just go down some.
Okay.
Joey Bosa.
Goodbye.
We already said Daquan Jones.
Goodbye.
McGovern, it's if you can afford it, whatever, right? Okay, Joby.
Goodbye.
What was that signing?
Goodbye. It was nothing.
Right.
I think he made about $2 million for every tackle he made.
Yeah. And then most important game, you got offsides. I was like, come on. Matt Milano.
Goodbye.
I know. Again, the old regime. AJ Epinesa.
Goodbye.
Yeah. We said Trey White is good on a vet minimum and a depth player. Shaq Thompson is interesting to me.
He is. I would keep him.
Yeah, I would too, but he came out and said he wanted to make some money this year.
Well, then I wouldn't keep him.
Yeah. He said, I played enough now to get paid more. So I don't think
It's fair. I'm not going to
yeah,
begrudge him.
no,
He
for
has.
sure.
He did.
Yeah.
He really single-handedly saved a lot of our season on
What?
defense.
He was better than Bernard. Let's be honest. You
Let's
know?
be honest. He was
Um
better than Bernard. You're right.
this is going to be one of those that if Sean McDermott was still here, he would have a lifetime jersey. DeMar Hamlin.
See ya.
Yeah, he's gone. Sorry, buddy. And the kicker's gone. And so Cooks said he wanted to come back. And I wouldn't mind bringing Cooks back, but Cooks can't play. Cooks can't play special teams.
Yeah.
And if you're not because we're going to revamp this wide receiver room. So 3, 4, 5. If you can't play special teams, what are we doing?
For real.
You know,
For real.
so
And that especially is going to be true this year as they transition on defense.
mm-hmm.
You know, they're going to be transitioning a lot of players. I think about players like, okay, what do we do with TJ Sanders?
Yeah, you know what? And I want to deep dive in some of that. Is he a 3-4 guy?
I don't know what he played in college.
Yeah, me neither. I want to deep dive in some of that. Even Landon Jackson.
Exactly. What are you going to do with these guys?
That's a project guy. That's a Sean McDermott project guy. And I'm sick of the project guys. Like I really am. I'm so too, and I get you pick these guys up because you can see the potential in them, but it might take Landon Jackson 2 to 3 years to get it, and I don't know if we have that time, buddy. You know what I mean? So I don't. After his contract, I think he's gone.
John asked, "Who do you think will play next to Cole Bishop?" Earlier we talked about this, but I think it's going to be a draft pick.
And I don't think the person's on the team right now. And I posed to you off mic, what are we going to do about Hancock?
Big good question.
Right?
Question, but that I think is where Leonard is going to look at all the skill sets and see how they translate to the kind of schemes that he wants to use. So we'll see. But some of these guys may be trade bait.
Yeah.
They package them up in a trade for a veteran that you need with another team.
And I could see Landon Jackson being one of those. I could see if
Sanders, if he doesn't.
I was just about to say that. Yeah. So
if he doesn't fit the scheme and he doesn't have the kind of mentality that Leonard expects everybody to have, and you have to be in the attacking mode. Yeah. Lots of turnovers. Got to force more turnovers. We didn't force enough turnovers this past season.
That's why I would not be mad if AJ Epinesa came back. But
I would cry about it, but
I'm not gonna. Yeah, right. Exactly. But I think it's time, Robyn. I think we need to spill that tea. Here we go.
For me, come on, just spill that. Come on, just spill that. Spill that tea for me. Spill my dirty tea. Yeah, tell me everything. Come on, just spill that.
Come on, just spill that. Okay.
It is time for us to spill the tea. We give you some tea a little bit, but Robyn, spill the tea this time.
I'm spilling it. I'm sick of Stefon Diggs.
Okay. There we go.
Right. Can I just like get that out right in the open? I'm sick of him. Sick of hearing about him, sick of hearing about his personal life, sick of hearing about how he was going to be a stud in the Super Bowl and all he did was fall on his face like he does every year in the playoffs. Enough. But to add to this, because everyone knows that Josh Allen is my soul, I remember a certain game when Stefon was seen on the sidelines during the playoffs screaming in Josh Allen's face.
Oh, yeah. Get your life together or something, he said.
Yes, and probably referring to some ongoing things that Josh had at the time going on in his personal life. Okay. Fast forward. We have all over my timeline, Cardi B breaks up with Stefan Diggs during the Super Bowl. I'm like, what? During the Super Bowl?
Right
Okay,
before.
whatever. But of all the things that Stefan Diggs is, which some are very unsavory, add to that list, hypocrite.
That
Hypocrite.
is.
Hypocrite.
Oh, Stefan. Stefan was nominated for a comeback player of the year at the NFL honors. Listen, Stefan, if anybody knows what Stefan can do in the playoffs, the Bills know. It's called the no-show.
The no-show
and
show. The no-show show.
It was plenty of times, I'll give him this, he was open. Drake May couldn't give him the ball because he was under attack. But, again, we know who Stefan is in the playoffs. Listen, he's a great wide receiver. I'm just talking about on the field. Great wide receiver. You know, ultimately, he did great here in Buffalo. I don't know who made who better, but y'all made each other better. And it was great when it lasted. Yeah.
But here we are.
Yeah, no show.
No-show show. We got the no-show show again.
37 yards, I want to say, and 6 catches or something like that. I don't think he's back, but that's a lot. I'm pretty sure they got void years. I'm pretty sure they can get out of that contract. What I'm hearing now when it comes to the Patriots, it's so funny. Josh Allen had no wide receivers, not this year. He didn't have him either this year. He didn't have him last year when he won the MVP. And don't let me get on the MVP. Y'all still doing this Lamar shit. He had no wide receivers and still won the MVP. Now you guys are coming out. Well, Drake May didn't have any wide receivers, so don't care. Miss me with that. Don't care.
Miss me with the whole MVP Drake May thing.
Get him.
Just look at what he did throughout the entire playoffs. It wasn't even just the Super Bowl. He was uninspiring through the whole playoffs. Mm-hmm. I would have felt it was a tremendous It was unjust for Matthew Stafford to not win the MVP.
Yeah. I mean, if you didn't want it to look like it was, like y'all always say, rigged or whatever, you couldn't give the MVP to Drake May. Like, you could not do that. Like, come on.
No, and I'll be honest. I'm going to be interested to see what happens now as he moves forward. Is he going to be, where is his ceiling? The way they were talking about him, he was the next incarnation of Tom Brady.
And the fact that Tom Brady didn't co-sign his stuff is just eye-opening to me. Very, very interesting. He had to come out and say, I got your back. I'm like, the Patriots run this year, and for a guy that's still involved in NFL stuff, Tom Brady, not to back. And I listen, I know he's part of the Raiders, right? Mm-hmm. But his stake in whatever is from New England.
Right.
And for him not to co-sign or anything to that, it was very puzzling to me. Just saying, it was.
Yeah, and these quarterbacks, these diva quarterbacks are kind of interesting because it sort of reminds me just a touch of John Elway. Mm. John Elway never really wanting to have a quarterback that was going to threaten any of his records. Mm-hmm. And maybe that's the way Tom Brady feels about Drake May. I don't know. But I also think maybe he sees what we see, which is, maybe that guy's ceiling isn't as high as everybody said it is.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I think Drake May,
he'd be good. I don't think
he can throw the ball. He can throw any ball. I think that's who he is. Like the long ball, he has it. But But I also think that maybe Tom Brady just kind of knew this team wasn't supposed to be in the playoffs. Like
I
they
think
had the favorable,
schedule.
schedule. And it is what it is. Y'all can be mad at it, but it is what it is. I mean, Buffalo Bills shit down their leg and gave it to you guys. And that's why I can't wait for this season to happen. Even though I think we're going to have some bumps and bruises in the beginning of this season. I do,
Oh,
because
for sure.
a new OC, a new DC, a new head coach. Hopefully not a new line, but who knows? They said that. Oh wow, that's the rumor. That's a nasty rumor.
Drake.
That's a nasty rumor.
Mm.
Oh,
But bringing up Mitch Trubisky, interesting.
He's under contract, right? Oh, he's not.
And so here becomes an interesting question, because we all saw what he did. Mitch is doing something like a Sam Darnold sort of thing, because he's rejuvenated himself quite a bit, working with Josh, not having the pressure, all of that sort of thing. I think there's going to be a team that might take a flyer on him.
They might.
Yeah,
because they signed Shane, right, back for a futures contract.
They did.
Virgil? Is his name Virgil?
Yeah.
Why?
Depth roster.
Okay. Okay. And not even that. I want to say Franklin also is a free agent, isn't he? Is he unrestricted or is he a restricted free agent?
I don't know, but we need him back.
Oh, we need him back. He loves playing special temes too. There's a guy, he's really good at it. There's just, players that just like special teams. He is that guy. He is that guy.
Definitely that guy.
Let's talk about, we just, talked about guys that got future contracts. And there's 4 guys that just received guaranteed contracts the other day. One of them was Shakir, Bernard, Christian Benford, and James Cook. But there's one guy in particular that for me is a questionable player in this defense. And his name is Bernard. What are we doing?
I don't know, other than maybe Leonard sees a different kind of role for him.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing that I can think of, because I can't feature him as the starting inside linebacker in that system. But, maybe I'm not seeing things correctly. I don't know. But I thought it was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, it's tough. Obviously, Bernard, his injuries did him in. He never played 100% healthy all year.
Going back to training camp, Robyn, Bernard was injured the whole season. Did not know it until, of course, things come out after the season.
Right.
Training camp. And he tried to work through it, but everything, elbow, knees, shin, name it, foot, whatever. He had it.
He did. And so I want to give him some grace.
I do too.
In terms of, okay, if they signed you, they guaranteed you, then that means to me that they see a role for him somewhere. What that role is, I don't know. John Roberts says maybe Bernard takes Milano's place. Maybe he does.
Maybe he does, but also see, you have a guy that's Dorian Williams, who I think he's a guy that he's going to thrive in this 3-4 because he's attack downhill, see ball, get ball.
Totally fits.
He's not a covered linebacker. He is that guy, attack mode, and this is what they want. And and we know Bernard played in a 3-4 in Baylor. We know that. But he also is a small guy.
And he's also prone to injuries.
Yes.
It's just dogged him his whole career.
I don't know. If he could stay healthy, and we've seen how a healthy Bernard is, who knows? we don't even know what our linebacker room is going to look like. I know Milano's going to be gone because he had that 1 year and they floated some stuff down, whatever. But Milano's gone. Like the old heads are gone. The Sean McDermott old heads are gone. It's going to be exciting to see. It's going to be sad to see some of the guys that was here to build that foundation is no longer going to be on the roster.
It's going to be a completely different defense.
Yeah.
Completely different. And in that sense, I'm kind of excited because I don't think very many teams are going to have an idea how to attack the Bills defense because they don't know what to expect.
Exactly. That's going to be exciting. The first few games. That's why I can't wait for the schedule. And I know that's way down the line to see who we're going to play first. It might just be Seattle. Do we play Seattle?
I think so. Yeah, we do.
I have it here.
I hope it's in Buffalo because we always have a hard time when we fly there to play.
Yeah, we do. And the last time we played them, we won.
Yeah. I forgot.
I can't find it. I had the schedule. It's fine. Because we have plenty of time to talk about the freaking schedule. But that's it. That's all we got, I think. Unless you got something else to say. No,
we are done.
We are done. Guys, we're not going to be here next week, right?
We're not.
We're taking a break, but we're going to be back the following week. But we'll give you all type of heads up because it's going to be Dean and Mr. Guru when it comes to the draft, and I can't wait because I got papers here to talk about some questions of, and now I have to switch it up because now we have a new freaking DC.
I know
the guys that I had may not be the guys that they're looking at, but Dean's going to let us know.
He will. He'll fill us in.
Yeah, for sure. But thank you guys for always tuning in. We love you. We won't be back next week again, but we'll be back. But we'll be back.
We will be back.
This is Tea Time with Robyn. I am T. She is Robyn. We are out. Peace, guys. Go Bills.